Hello, fellow geeks! Welcome to our playthrough of The Devil's Lounge, a two-player dating sim TTRPG about the horrors that lurk on the path to finding love, or other things. This game is live right now on Kickstarter, so go check it out at the link in our description. If you're a fan of playing GM-less games, making up fascinating new characters, and flirting with your friends, this game has your name on it, so go back it! Just a quick content warning. As a kind of dating sim, this game deals with romance and sexuality, both healthy and toxic. However, we do not include any explicit descriptions of intimate scenes. Alright, ready to step into the lounge? Let's roll. Hello, fellow geeks! Welcome to our playthrough of The Devil's Lounge. Just in time for Valentine's Day, very thematic. So we thought we would do a fun little duet playthrough for you. Full disclosure, I've never played a duet game before. Have you, Em?
No, I don't think I have.
Well, this will be a fun new experience for both of us. I guess I'll give you a little preamble. This game is played with a tarot deck, and that's really like the core mechanic. We have it set up here on Roll20, but of course, you can play it in person if you have cards. I think actually probably the energy of playing it in person would be really fun, but sadly the reality is Em and I live far away from each other, so this will have to do. Let me read the fun little intro here. So I'm playing the devil today. This game has two players, the devil and the user. That's Em. The devil is kind of the equivalent of the GM, though there's not really like a game master in the traditional sense here. Since it's a duet game, we will both be adding to scenes and stories and things like that. But as the devil, I am the one who understands more of the mechanics of the game, maybe some behind the scenes things that Em might discover as we play together, as it is when you play a game with the devil. So here's the little introduction. Welcome, little lamb. I hear you yearn for something you can't find out there in the mean, cruel world. But here you can find it. I can offer it to you. You need just ask. Why, of course there is a price, or else it wouldn't be worth much now, would it? But trust me, it's not much. I just ask for a slice. I have some conditions you can read. It explains everything. You'll read it, won't you? All of it? Good. Now come. Sign right here and come join us. You are welcome to the Devil's Lounge. Alright, Em, you ready to get into it?
I'm terrified.
So we start with the setup. And that's going to involve, you guessed it, some tarot cards. I'm the dealer of this game as the devil, so I will be handling most of the cards. First of all, we need to define the lounge. The lounge is the setting of this game. It's the aforementioned Devil's Lounge, where we'll be hanging out. The lounge hosts pure souls and wretched predators of all tastes. It does not inherently discriminate, though perhaps its denizens could. We need to establish what kinds of horrors fascinate and interest the players. This is where Em and I have already kind of talked a little bit about this, talked about safety tools and media touchstones and things like that, and how we kind of want to flavor this lounge. But I'll read you the little questions here so you guys can see how we made this. So first step is the user, so Em will declare how long the lounge has existed.
The lounge has existed as long as the Earth has.
Yes. And then you choose and answer a question below. The questions are as follows. What sort of space does the lounge inhabit? Or who frequents the lounge?
So I think the way that you get into the lounge is a hidden space, right? There's a brick wall that you have to walk through with confidence and knowing what you want to get. So you walk through it and you enter into this hidden magical space of the lounge.
A little bit. I think you mentioned a platform 9 3/4.
Yes,
but
that is what I said.
The dark, the dark and tempting and dangerous version of that. Yeah. Okay. So now as the devil, my job is to declare a rumor surrounding the lounge. And what I had said is that there's a rumor that the only people who leave the lounge are the people who did not find what they were looking for. So if you find happiness, if you find your desire, then you don't ever leave. And then I answer the remaining question, which is who frequents the lounge. And I think we decided kind of like supernatural denizens of all sorts, of all varieties. We've got demons, we've got angels, we've got werewolves, vampires, you name it. They come in disguise, though. It's a very hush-hush kind of place, and you might not necessarily know who or what you're talking to inside the lounge. So that's who frequents our Devil's Lounge. Now we have a few other things to establish. We're going to establish the user's awareness, basically how aware is the user, aka M, of like what the lounge really is and the dangers therein. We are going to establish the form that the devil takes, me, and then we're going to talk about what the user's desire is, basically their win condition, and then the price that they have to pay for said desire. And this is where the cards finally come into play. So first, we will tackle the user awareness. I have pulled out a little deck of 3 cards, basically, and we're going to draw one at random and throw it on the user space.
This is not pre-discussed, so we're gonna wing it.
We're going to see what happens. The Fool. Okay. Here's what the Fool means. The tarot meaning is innocence, new beginnings, free spirit. That means the user's awareness of the lounge is innocence. The user is truly clueless about what they are embarking into and what it will entail. So you're going in blind, my friend.
That's so funny. Okay.
Now we have to answer a couple of new questions. So the user, you, declare how you learned about the lounge. I'm very interested in this answer now that you are the Fool.
Yeah, I think that she had an envelope delivered to her home and it had somebody else's name on it, but she didn't realize until she'd opened it, and like along with her mail. So Laura was like really fascinated by this beautiful like black embossed card inside that just like had an address and the words "the lounge" on it. And she thinks this is some kind of like exclusive club that she just got a ticket to, and she feels kind of bad. Maybe she should find the person. This is her address, and she might as well not let it go to waste. So she's rationalized her way into trying to visit this lounge.
That's so cool. Now you choose and answer a question. So here are the questions put to you. Have any of the user's old connections passed through the lounge? Maybe who was on the address of the envelope, we'll see. And then what is the user's biggest fear entering the lounge? So which would you like to answer?
I think I'm going to answer the first one. I'm going to say the person's name who was on the envelope was her old roommate.
Oh, okay, cool.
No one's heard from her in a long time.
So the second part of that first question is, does the user know what happened? I'm assuming that
Not
means
at all.
no. Yeah, okay. She just disappeared off the face of the earth. What was your roommate's name? Just for fun.
Good question. Her name was Jessica.
Classic. Jessica it is. Maybe she found happiness and that's why she never left.
Wouldn't that be lovely?
Wouldn't that be just lovely? All right, then I answer whichever question remains. So what is the user's biggest fear entering the lounge? I think Laura's biggest fear entering the lounge is that she will be found out as a fraud. And I don't even necessarily mean like, hey, you're not Jessica. I just mean more like she won't fit in. Like people will think she's not cool enough, not pretty enough, not rich enough, whatever the criteria. She will be found out as an imposter, essentially.
I love this idea. I'm so into it.
Cool. Okay, now it's time to define the devil's form. we'll do basically the same thing that I did with the user awareness, but we're going to do it for the form that the devil takes. So here's our little deck of 3 cards. I'm going to shuffle them, and this also is random. We'll see what we pull up. It is the Magician. Okay, so the tarot meaning of the Magician is desire, creation, and manifestation. That means the devil is a collection of many small parts, not bound by a single shape. Interesting. Okay. So I'm not bound by a single shape. So I suppose maybe I'm describing a shape and form that I could potentially take. I think one thing we talked about that we kind of came up with, in our earlier discussion about this game, was the idea of these like masked, kind of faceless, anonymous servers that move throughout the lounge. I think I might just steal that idea and say that that's the form that I take, but because they are sort of many and anonymous, their shape can change, and you don't always know if you're necessarily talking to the same server that you were before, and maybe they have kind of a hive mind, but it's unclear. So yeah, I think I inhabit these strange servers that move around the lounge. Now for my question. Here are the 2 questions that I'm choosing between. How does the devil speak and communicate to its patrons? Or what does the devil stand to gain from luring the user in? All right, I'm just going to steal my last idea too, because I liked it so much. But we talk with these servers, I think they pass notes, essentially. That's how the devil speaks and communicates to patrons, is mysterious notes in this crisp, cursive handwriting that these servers deliver alongside drinks and food and whatever else might be ordered. Occasionally, there will just be these little missives addressed to various patrons, communicating what they need to know.
That is so cryptic.
Yes.
And kind of scary. Especially since the devil is also these servants and they choose instead to communicate through no. Ooh.
Yeah. I think
it's unsettling.
I think they're all masked, and none of the masks have any sort of like mouth like on them. Like they're just all kind of mouthless.
That is badass. Okay, cool.
A little eerie.
What they have to gain from the user?
Yeah, from luring the user in.
I'm also going to steal my other idea that I had, and it is buying time. What it gets from users is time, which allows the lounge to exist longer.
Cool. I like that a lot. It's funny that we kind of settled on not exactly the same ideas, but some similar thoughts, despite the random card. Yeah. And also, just for anyone watching, listening, this will be some of the last times we cheat, because we really didn't play. We only kind of played through the setup to just make sure we understood it. So most of the stuff after this will be truly improvised. We'll see how it goes. The final thing we need to decide are the wish and its price. So the desire that the user has, and then the price that they are paying for this. So I will now pull out the star and the sun. Okay, so the star and the sun represent the end game goals for the user, and also their like in fiction desire. So the star represents rejuvenation, faith, hope. That desire could manifest as true love or romance or something sort of based in the individual. That means the game objective is create the strongest connection possible with one denizen. The sun, on the other hand, is joy, success, and celebration. That desire could manifest as lust, power, or something more communal based. And the goal is to create as many connections with as many denizens as possible. So I believe the user, you select one of these.
Oh, I select one? I thought you were dealing me one.
This is on you. Only you can tell me what's in your heart.
That's so hard. I don't know.
Do you think you're kind of an innocent, like, fool looking for love? Or are you kind of a fool who's, like, in it for fun and to, like, flirt around
the idea
and
of fun.
connect? Okay.
Let's do that one.
Okay. So that sounds like you're going with the sun, then.
Yeah, let's go sun.
Okay. So your game objective is to create as many connections with as many denizens as possible. Now, user, describe what your true intentions are in seeking the lounge, and then choose and answer one of the questions below.
I think she wants to forget about her life a little bit. Everything's super overwhelming. She wants to just disassociate, become somebody that she's not normally every day, and cut loose. She wants to forget.
That is very fitting for how you found your way to the lounge in the first
Right?
place.
She's gonna be Jessica for a while.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. So, notably, the sun, the desire, goes underneath the devil card because now I'm the one holding the desire, essentially. And the user now has a price to pay. But we'll get to that in a second. You first need to answer one of these questions. Does the user truly think fulfilling their desire will make them happy? Or what led the user to crave such a desire?
I don't think she thinks it's gonna make her happy. She thinks this is a temporary band-aid on an unfixable problem.
Wow, how depressing. Okay, I like it. And then I need to answer the other. This is a little out there.
Okay.
But I think that what led the user to crave such desire, I think that Laura had a huge crush on Jessica and thought she was really all the things. Like, it was sort of blurring the lines between like crush and jealousy. Like, you kind of wanted to be her and also were sort of in love with her. It was unclear, kind of which.
Am I in love with you or do I want to be inside your skin?
Exactly. Probably to an unhealthy level. And so now this is sort of this has kind of led you down this path of wanting to sort of embody this lifestyle that you at least perceived Jessica as having. Is that cool with you?
I love this idea. I'm like already like my mind's spinning with ideas.
Okay, great. So now that we have defined the desire, I will add the remaining card, the moon, right down here. And we'll use one of these two to define the price. So the price is literally what the user is going to pay to enter the lounge, to come and try to fulfill their desire. I'm going to pick the card, but then the user is going to pick basically the terms, the price that they are paying. So the cards, the star and the moon. Star, as we noted, rejuvenation, faith, and hope. The moon represents illusions, intuition, and unconscious. And I think, oh gosh, so you're the fool. So I kind of I'm wondering if I should pick the star because you sort of have this like level of kind of creepy innocence. I don't know. You are innocent, but also a little unhinged at the same time.
How dare you?
Or there's the moon, which has some interesting implications as well. I think I'm going to go with the moon. Illusions, intuition, and unconscious. So there are suggested terms and price that you can pick from M, or you can select your own. That is kind of a drive or struggle that inspires growth as something that you're paying for. So what are your terms and price? And as soon as you speak it, the price has been paid. So you lose that thing.
I think because what the devil gains is time, the ability to measure time would be an interesting one.
I am so glad you picked that one. I think it's so cool. Okay, so you no longer have the ability to measure time, which means we're playing this game all night and you won't even notice. Ah! All right, so the moon is going on the price slot that is underneath your card. And we pretty much have everything set up, if I'm not mistaken. I believe so.
Gameplay.
Yeah, the star is going to go away to the event deck. And then the unused cards from the user awareness deck and the devil shape and form deck are going to join the denizen deck, just for you people keeping track of how to play this game. Okay, so to continue, I'm just pulling out the challenge deck. The event deck is what I have put together, and then the denizen deck. So those decks are all assembled. They are here on the side. And we start proper gameplay now. How exciting. So this is how the first round will work. I will deal out a hand of cards to you, the user. You'll have a hand of 3 cards, and then I will deal out 3 denizens who have come to visit the lounge that you could potentially try to match with. You don't have to match with them, but they are just options on the table. You should have a hand of cards now.
Got him.
And then we will see who's visiting the lounge, which denizens we're starting with. Interesting. Okay.
Tori, we had to start with the hardest one.
I know. Okay, so importantly, the lovers is a unique denizen that the user has to attempt to match with, and their match mechanic works a little differently. So we're actually getting off to kind of an interesting start because this is not how a usual matchmaking is going to happen. But let me jump into the lovers really quick. This denizen, we have yet to define them, we'll do that in a second, but they embody everything the user desires. The user cannot deny their attraction to them and will attempt to gain their attention at every turn. So you have to attempt to match with them before any other denizen. And the challenge card that you're trying to match against will be like invisible to you. So basically, you have to play your match card first before I pull mine from the challenge deck. We will play out the first impressions little scene game regardless of the match because it's the lovers card. But first, let's go ahead and deal with the match and see if you are able to match with the lovers. So go ahead and play your whatever card you want from your hand to try and match. And you're going to place it below the lovers.
Okay, here we go.
Which one you feeling? Okay, a king. The King of Pentacles. All right, let's see if you chose well. So as the devil, I don't have a hand, I just have the challenge deck, so I'm just going to pull one, the top one, and we're going to see. It is the Page of Wands. So you did not match. However, you did win the mismatch. So there's that.
That's something.
That's something. So because you won the mismatch, this is what you can choose from. There's kind of a non-choice here because the lovers don't have a heart level, but what you could choose is you make a choice between the following options. You return the denizen into the denizen discard pile. You'll cross paths in the future. That's what has happened, basically. If the denizen's heart level is greater than 0, you can place them into the radar and decrease the denizen's heart level by 1. So that's your trade-off. Right now, they don't have a heart level, so they're just going to go into the discard pile. You did not match with them. But we are going to play first impressions, which is normally what you would play if you match for the first time successfully with a denizen. But they're the lovers, so we need to have a first impression of this character. We're going to find out who they are, what they're all about. So really quick, the meaning of the lovers in the tarot deck is partnership, union, and duality. Some archetypes for this character are the companion, the hopeless romantic, or the toxic couple. So, playing first impressions, I describe a physical trait of this character and I answer one of the questions, and then the user will offer another physical trait and answer the other question. I'm going to say that this denizen has long, wavy, like all the way down to her waist, blonde, just like golden hair. It practically shines. Even in this dim place, it is almost glowing, like angelically so. It's just gorgeous. And I'm gonna take, I don't know if this is too crazy, maybe it is, but I'm gonna take the first question. What is this denizen's name and what on the surface attracts the user to them? I'm gonna say this denizen's name, her name is Charlie.
Ooh, I like that a lot.
And what on the surface attracts the user to them? I think she looks a bit like Jessica.
Okay.
I think Jessica had long blonde hair. Fabulously long and blonde, as you do. All right, your turn now. So you describe a physical trait of this denizen, and then we will answer the other question.
Okay. I think that Charlie has just like a sprawling tattoo that starts at her collarbone and then travels down her entire arm. It's like roses and thorns and something that looks almost like scales that shimmers in this dim light. And it also like disappears into her clothes in an almost tempting manner. Like you want to see the rest of this tattoo.
I love that. Is it mostly like flowers and like very like floral kind of tattoo? Like
It's
pretty?
got sharpness hidden
Hmm.
beneath. It looks like it's almost got something like hidden in there. Like the scales, the thorns. Like it looks
Okay.
beautiful, but painful to touch.
Cool. Well, that works really well with the question you have to answer, which is what unsettling truth hides just beneath the surface of the denizen's performance, and can the user pick up on it?
I don't think the user is going to pick up on it. I think that when the light catches her eyes just right, it shimmers like a cat's.
Ooh, that's really cool. So we've met Charlie, sort of. You didn't really meet Charlie. You kind of spotted her from across the room, we'll say, and just didn't quite get a chance to talk to her.
By the time I crossed the room, she was gone.
She's already gone. Yeah, the one that got away. But maybe Charlie will show up again. So now that we're back to normal gameplay, the lovers is gone. You can pick if you would like to try to match with any of the remaining denizens, which we have the High Priestess and the Hermit.
Let's definitely go for the High Priestess.
Okay, the High Priestess. So, a normal matchmaking play, this is what we'll be doing this time, is I'm going to play my card first. So you'll basically see what you're trying to match against. So I've drawn the King of Cups. And if you want to successfully match, you'll need another king.
Bam. King.
Hey, the King of Wands. Okay, that's a successful match. Congratulations.
Thank you. I needed that.
Yeah, you needed that win. Okay, so you are going to increase the heart level of the High Priestess, and we're gonna learn a little more about this character. So just like the lovers, I will read the tarot meaning of the High Priestess here. If I can find her. There she is. Intuitive, unconscious, inner voice, and some character archetypes that the High Priestess could embody. The sacred, the perceptive, the enlightened, the sex therapist. That's hilarious.
That is so funny.
All right, that's the High Priestess meaning. And we're going to play out first impressions again for this character. A physical trait of the High Priestess. She has glasses.
She has glasses?
She has glasses. She has like this is so lame. She has like the sexy librarian glasses though.
No, that works.
Yeah.
That works. That'll play.
That'll play. Yeah, she's yeah, I'll just leave it at that. She's got glasses that seem, practical but are kind of alluring in their own little charming way. And I guess I'll take the unsettling truth question for fun this time. The unsettling truth that hides just beneath the surface of the denizen's performance. Her teeth are just a little too sharp.
Ooh, that's scary.
Yeah, just a little. Canines are just a little. It's hard to tell. It seems
So
in
hard to
some
tell.
moments like, wait a minute, are all her teeth pointed? And in other moments, her smile looks fine. You feel like you're catching glimpses. I'm going to say the user can pick up on it. You're catching glimpses of something. Yeah, her teeth appear a little too pointed in moments.
Okay.
Now you'll add a detail and answer the other question.
Her name is Carolise. And she's a very touchy person. She when she laughs, she touches your arm. If like she has something to tell you, she like leans into you, so her shoulder presses against yours. I think that she's a touchy feely kind of person. Carolise.
I love that. And what on the surface attracts the user to them? Or is that the touchiness? Is that what you're
The
into?
confidence, just like
Oh,
seems supremely confident in like how she is relating to people around her. She's not like, oh, I'm nervous because I'm meeting somebody new for the first time. She's so authentically herself.
awesome. Since you successfully matched, the High Priestess's heart level is going to go up by 1. Hooray! Your first
For a total
heart.
of 2 or just 1?
Just 1.
Okay, cool. I've got it recorded.
Okay, great. And then we get to play another little mini game here.
Let's do it.
When an increase in heart level occurs, a deepening of the bond makes itself known. Is it healthy, romantic, platonic, sexual? Who's to say? Explore together how the user and the denizen become more entwined. And the way that these scenes work, well, you can call them scenes loosely, they don't have to be, but we will basically take turns handing back and forth narrative control, and the number of hearts that you have with a character is the number of times we will pass that narrative control back and forth, if that makes sense. So it'll be quite simple and short for this one because there's only 1 heart, and so we'll only pass 1 single time. You are going to start as the user, and you'll start by revealing if and how this connection potentially fulfills and meets your desire. Share what's on the user's mind in regards to this denizen, and what, if anything, you want to change.
Oh my goodness, that's like 1,000 questions. What page is this? I need to look at it.
It's page 26.
Okay.
You don't have to necessarily answer all of that, but it's just you're going to elaborate on the scene. You can kind of build a little picture, add an action, detail, exchange, whatever feels right, and then you're going to hand it to me, and I will do the same.
I don't think that Laura wants to do this alone, right? This is a new place. She normally goes places with Jessica. She hasn't seen Jessica in a while, so she's hoping this person can be her wing woman. And so she kind of sits down. She has her little drink. She's not drinking a lot. She keeps like spinning it on the table ever so slightly. And she looks over at Carolise and gives her like kind of like a little like low look and then up again. So
you have absolutely mastered that look at the low look up again.
It's the big eyes. I get a bonus to my roll.
It is.
So do you come here often, or?
Oh, my dear. I am here all the time. It is just a lovely place, don't you think?
It's stunning.
I don't recognize you. Are you new around here?
I am. It is actually my first time. You wouldn't mind showing a girl around, would you?
Oh, not at all. I love doing such things. Please, I know exactly what to order. You cannot order off the menu. There are secret drinks and they are much tastier. Please, allow me.
Yeah. Please, show me the ways. I'm begging you. I need the help.
She will flag down one of the anonymized servers, and she starts speaking a language that doesn't sound like any you've heard before. You're not even really sure if it is a real language, but either way, the server seems to understand and walks off promptly.
Oh, are you from Europe?
Oh, something like that, yes. But a little farther away. But trust me, you're going to love this drink. You stick with me, I will not lead you astray. We will do quite well together, don't you worry. And she pats your knee.
Oh, immediately, it's the shift of the chair closer, and she enters into Carolise's bubble a little.
Yeah.
Okay, well, my fate's in your hands.
Love it. That feels pretty good to me.
Me too. Yeah, I mean, I think so.
We didn't exactly like say, okay, now your turn, but I think we did it. We did the thing.
Yeah.
I think that works. All right, we've got our little Carlise scene. Now the question remains. Oh, so now that we've successfully matched, these challenge cards are going to go in the discard pile. And then the High Priestess card is going to go to the radar. She's now on your radar.
Okay.
And then you can decide if you want to try and match with the Hermit.
Why not? Let's see it.
All right. Yeah, that's the win condition, right? So, challenge deck. Here it is. You've got to match with a page.
Wouldn't you know it?
You
I've
have
got
a page? Hey! Lovely. Okay, wow. Such a successful first little day here in the lounge.
Know. It's because I'm with Carolise. She helped show me the way.
Yeah. You like got a little distracted at first by Charlie, but you locked in with Carolise, and she's helping you out. Okay, so this is the Hermit. Means contemplation, search for truth, and inner guidance. Character archetypes for the Hermit could include the meditative, the searcher, the guide, and the hikikomori. Do you know what that is?
I don't know what that is.
I'm encountering this term for the first time.
Hikikomori?
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to look it up.
Is a condition of extreme social withdrawal where a person completely isolates themselves from society. I knew it was Japanese. The term is Japanese.
It definitely looked Japanese, yeah.
And
so kind of
staying indoors.
The socially avoidant. That fits with the Hermit, I guess. That's literally a hermit. So that works. Okay. And we're gonna do it all over again. So first impressions, here we go. We have an idea of the Hermit card. So now I pick a physical
I have such a vivid mental image of what this guy looks like.
Do you? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Cool. I wanted to make it a guy too. So, all right.
We're so in sync.
We are. It's like we're playing the same game. Okay. So I pick a physical trait first. I'm going to say, oh my gosh. Okay. I have a really, he is wearing a cable knit sweater.
Of course he is.
Yeah. It's a very cozy looking one. Have you seen Knives Out?
No.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I know. Well, I'm a disappointment to people everywhere.
You need to watch that. But Chris Evans' sweater in that movie is the one I'm talking about specifically.
Okay. I'm going to look it up later.
Okay. And then what unsettling truth hides just beneath the surface? I will say sometimes he hears a voice that's not embodied.
A violent voice?
Unclear. I'm going to say you don't yet pick up on this.
Okay.
But
that makes sense.
Sometimes I think he sort of looks off into a different direction or seems to almost be zoning out or kind of lost in his own thoughts. But he's hearing a voice. All right. Okay. You add a detail and you answer the other question.
Oh, this guy is a tall, angular, slender Timothy Chalamet kind of man. And he is writing in a notebook.
Oh.
Not really paying attention to everyone around him. He's got curly, long hair, roughly pulled back into a low pony. And seems to be kind of like tuning everyone and everything out as he scribbles furiously with like 3 books stacked up by his elbow.
I love this starving artist author we've painted here.
Yes, of course.
What's his name?
His name is Milo.
Oh, perfect. And what initially attracted you to Milo?
He's got that sickly Victorian boy vibe. She wants to know what his deal is.
He's a little mysterious, maybe?
Yeah, exactly.
The sickly Victorian boy thing. Yeah, it's a thing. Okay, Milo. All right. So Milo's heart level increases by 1. So make sure you note that down for the Hermit. then we play out a little bit for Milo and Laura. You start.
Oh, she's been laughing and playing with Carolise, and then her drink is half gone. And her eye travels around the mysterious room and settles on Milo, who's like just like a table away. He's almost within voice shot. And she studies him, realizes that he's ignoring everyone, even the servers aren't pausing at his table, and she just has to know what's going on with him. So she excuses herself and goes and just pulls out the chair across from him and takes a seat. She's quiet for a moment, just watching him focus, and before clearing her throat, it must be something very serious that you're writing about to be so focused on it.
Milo spares a quick glance up at you and then just kind of shakes his head and goes back to his notebook, scribbling furiously.
Let me guess. Your favorite book is Walden? Walden Pond? Is that what it's called?
He looks up and pauses this time and looks completely offended.
Oh, more of a Pride and Prejudice kind of person, or?
Oh, it's clear to me you've never read a good book, have you?
Educate me. I need to know. I'll start now, I swear.
You're not too busy over there with whatever fruity drink.
How could you? I am swapping to a very sensible wine.
He rolls his eyes. I suppose I could entertain you with a few book recommendations, if you're serious, if you're actually going to read them.
Oh, deadly. Deadly serious.
You don't strike me as a serious person.
How could you? That hurts me deeply. I'm wounded. Come on. Don't keep the secrets. I need to know about these books.
Well, I happen to be working on one, but it's not ready. I'm not showing it to anyone. I'm just
Please.
here for inspiration.
Please.
Well,
Show me a little.
only if you promise not to laugh at it.
I would never. I don't even know how.
It's just... I'm not quite ready to show it, but...
You don't have to show it. How about you read me a line or two?
All right. And he, buries himself in the notebook and reads out a couple of lines. It's pretty simple writing, but kind of elegant in its own way. Carries with it a gravity that you wouldn't really attach to him at first glance. He reads for maybe a minute and then stops and again he doesn't even really look at you. He kind of just stays looking down at his notebook.
She lets the moment carry for a second. Well, damn. I don't think I've ever actually heard someone read something that was that good.
He laughs.
That was actually really
blushes.
good. That was really good. Are you kidding me? You're over here thinking I'm gonna laugh when you just spoke poetry at me? Come on. What is your name? I need to know so I can be the first one who buys your book when it's done.
It's Milo.
Milo, I'm Laura. I'm really glad I met you today.
And yeah, he smiles and is blushing and a little flustered with the attention, and that's where we'll leave it.
Cool.
I think. Okay.
Am I doing it right? Am I doing the thing, Tori?
Yeah, no, I think it's great.
Okay.
right at the end of your conversation, I guess, right before we end that scene, he blushes, and then, as I kind of noted in my details about him, he seems to zone off for a moment, and then you kind of crack a joke, and he shakes his head and kind of comes back to the present moment.
Am I that boring? Or
And,
is inspiration striking?
that was like the worst. That was like an opposite pickup line, like an anti pickup line.
Yeah.
All right, Hermit is gonna go to the radar,
Nice.
and these get
Reeling them all in.
discarded. Yes. Advancing time. Here we go. All right, we finished a round. Hooray! So, when the user no longer attempts another match or cannot attempt another match, then this is what happens. All the remaining denizen cards go away to the discard pile. Any denizens discarded this way will lose 2 hearts, just so you know, in the future. Everyone's at 0 right now, so that doesn't matter. And then all of the cards in the radar here, so the Hermit and the High Priestess, are going to rotate 90 degrees. So they're going to rotate, and this is sort of acting as a clock. Okay. And when they rotate all the way around, if they rotate all the way around without leaving the radar, then we will see what happens if that happens. All right, then I'm going to draw an event card, and we are starting with Temperance. Here's the event in play for the round here. So Temperance represents everything in moderation and nothing in excess. So the in-play effect for this round is surface commitment and indecision. No denizens can leave the radar to enter the lounge. So that means that you cannot pull back the High Priestess or the Hermit into the lounge, which normally you would be able to. Just as a mechanic, FYI, if this were a normal round, you could pull cards from the radar back into the lounge if you wanted to see them again,
further
basically.
the relationship. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But
not a choice.
Not a choice. Temperance in all things. Nothing in excess. No hooking up with people too much. The same people, I should say. So we gotta meet some new denizens here.
So what, does Cara at least have somebody else to hang out with for a while? Ugh.
Won't we just see?
Call or something.
Okay. So, new denizens come into the lounge. We've got the Empress.
Ooh.
The Hanged Man.
Okay.
And the Emperor. The Emperor and the Empress. That's fun.
Oh, we're trying to match with everyone.
Oh, and I've got to deal you some more cards.
Some good cards.
Some good cards. Well, we'll see.
Tori, I want
they might
good
be
cards.
Bad. I don't know. We'll see. There's your hand. 3 cards dealt to you.
All right.
Well, this is a normal round. There's no lovers showing up, so...
Wait, I have a strange card, and I don't know what to do with it.
What is it?
It's the devil.
Oh, interesting.
What does that mean?
I will tell you now. If you play the devil card, that will trigger the end of the game.
Okay, good to know. I was just going to do it for fun right now, and I was going to be like, what happens?
Well, that's what will happen, is you'll trigger the end of the game. That is one of a few possible end game triggers.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. You got 2 other cards that are not that, though, so would you like to match with any of these denizens here?
Let's match with the Empress.
The Empress. Very good.
We're going to attempt it, at least.
All right, so I'm playing from the challenge deck. I've played the King of Wands.
Because I only have queens.
All right. So, again, you won the mismatch, but their heart level is at 0, so you don't have the option to put them into the radar. So they're just going to go into the discard pile, just like the other one. Okay, bye, Empress. Maybe we'll see you again later. And these get discarded. Great. Do you want to try to match with the Hanged Man or the Emperor?
I just failed so badly on the Empress. I feel like
You're gonna go for the Emperor? Or
the Emperor would also be intimidating, right? But
Okay.
also second best.
Maybe. Or the Hanged Man. Who knows what he's about?
Oh, I'm intimidated by the Hanged Man. Let's go Emperor.
Emperor. Okay. Here is from the challenge deck. The Queen of Swords.
Okay. Okay.
Sounds like you had queens in your hand.
We have queens. We got a queen.
The Queen of Cups. You have made a match. Brr, 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 brr. The Emperor gets a heart. Congratulations.
Incredible.
We're going to find out about the Emperor. Who is this Emperor guy?
Who dat?
So the tarot meaning of the Emperor is authority, structure, fatherhood. The archetypes are the leader, the lawmaker, the father, the cop, the dom daddy. All right, the Emperor. That's who we're dealing with. So
Okay.
we're playing first impressions again. I will give you a physical trait of this new character. He has pitch black eyes.
Completely?
Completely black.
Okay.
He has completely black eyes. And I'm
Can
going to answer
Can I tell you my physical pick for him?
Sure.
While you think of your other thing?
Sure.
He looks like Jason Momoa in all leather.
Like, gosh, dare I ask, what kind of leather? Like, you mean like leather jacket, or do you mean like Dom leather?
I think leather jacket and like the super nice shoes. Also leather shoes.
Okay, so like
and it's
refined
dark shirt,
leather look.
Dark shirt, dark pants. Maybe they're leather, but no, it's not like that plasticky,
Yeah.
strappy.
Yeah, okay.
No,
Gotta
he
clarify.
looks like he has he carries himself with an air of authority.
Cool. I like it. That fits very well for the Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take the first question, I think. What is this denizen's name, and what on the surface attracts the user to them?
Please tell me.
So his name, what does this leather daddy need to be named? We'll call him Carson.
Mm.
His name is Carson. And on the surface, I think Laura in general seems to be attracted to confidence. Although Milo's kind of the outlier for that, maybe, but that was kind of interesting for her. So, but he has a different kind of confidence from Carlise's confidence. He has this energy just almost vibrating off him that he like practically owns this place. Of course he doesn't really. I know that, but it almost vibrates out into the room and you can't help but feel that coming off of him. Almost like a scent. And that's what I'm adding. So you've added your physical trait. So now you talk about what unsettling truths.
I think how specific should I be? Because I'm getting like huge incubus vibes off this guy.
Whatever you want, I guess.
He definitely has a supernatural element that draws people to him and that he can use to exert authority.
It's almost like compulsory.
Yes, 100% compulsory.
Cool.
It's a glamour.
I guess it's maybe in the description itself, but I'm guessing Laura doesn't pick up on this.
No. No, she doesn't. That silly, silly girl.
That girl. She's just a little in over her head. It's okay, though. She's having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now we increase the heart level, which I believe you made a note of.
I did.
All right. So now you start. I'm going to try and hold us to a little more structure this time to see if we can really play according to the book. So you tell me when you are making the official pass, I guess.
Okay. Laura he catches her eye and she stands up as if like pulled by a magnet, crosses the room, and she's going to just like reach a hand out to him and then tilt her body to like invite him to the dance floor. Even if it's not like a really intense dance floor, maybe it's just like slow dancing or whatever in this speakeasy vibe, but she's going to offer that. And that's my pass, is her hand extended, her eyes kind of wide, and just like that little bit of an air of, please don't say no.
Okay. He takes your hand and stands up and wordlessly but like forcibly leads you to the dance floor, like with some authority, as we've noted. And then we'll say it's a tango or something, you know, something
Oof.
kind of where you get in real close with your partner, you know, and he pulls you in and just tucks you like right up against him, and he starts dancing. He's a very good dancer.
Of course he is. Carson.
And miraculously, I don't know, Laura, how you would rate your dancing abilities before now.
Middling to best.
Mid? Okay.
Yeah.
Something almost seems to take over your body, and you are just moving right along with him. And there are no words exchanged between you two. But as the song finishes, he lowers you into a seductive dip and brings his face just centimeters from yours. You can practically breathe him in, and then he lifts you and walks away.
She smooths her dress, fixes her hair, and returns to the bar for another drink.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go ahead and not try and match again because I don't want to end the game yet.
You don't want to play the devil. All right, that's fine. Just kidding. Okay.
Tori,
The Emperor's
now.
The Emperor's going into the radar, and the Queens are going into the discard pile.
Bye, Queen.
And the Hanged Man is out of here. Okay, we're going to get a new event here. But first... Oh, hang on. Let me just do this in order. I'm getting ahead of myself. So I need to rotate the cards in the radar. So the Hermit is going to rotate around. The High Priestess is going to rotate around.
We're halfway there.
Yeah, the Emperor is going to rotate once. Now we are going to draw a new event card, but first I'm going to check if the Temperance card has a parting effect as it leaves the game. The parting effect. Taking a step back allows one to focus their aim. User, bring one denizen from the denizen discard pile directly into the radar. And the radar is basically the pen where you can select to bring them back into the lounge the next round.
Lovers.
The lovers. Charlie, get back here.
Charlie must return.
Okay, excuse my clunky tech. Here we go. The lovers is in the radar. Charlie's back on the radar. And then we draw our new event here.
I feel like she came from like just behind heavy velvet curtains for some reason. I don't know where she came from, but she has returned.
She has returned. All right, our new event is the Hierophant. Hang on a minute. I drew from the wrong deck. The new event is the Wheel of Fortune. All right. Things are feeling frisky. Big moves are being made. The lounge is full of opportunities if you're willing to take the risk. The in-play effect. High stakes, high reward. Successful matches double all heart level increases. All mismatches behave as a mismatch lost.
Okay. So, just extremes in both directions.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
So now you can decide if you want to bring anyone back from the radar. I believe you can bring multiple cards back, if I'm not mistaken.
I think I'm just going to bring back the lovers because I don't technically have a heart with Charlie and I want to interact with her.
Okay. You can bring as many as you want, but yes, we will bring in the lovers. So we've got the lovers here. Oh, I need to deal you a new hand.
Yes, please. Can I look at my hand before I decide who I'm bringing back? I want to see if I have, like, confidence.
There you go.
I don't have confidence. We're just bringing the lovers.
Don't have confidence.
I don't have confidence at all.
All right. So then I will fill the rest of the denizen deck, or the denizen slots. So we've got the chariot.
Ooh.
And okay, the Empress. Look, the Empress is back. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see if you match with her.
We'll find out.
All right. Well, you've brought the lovers back, which means we need to try to match with the lovers.
We have to.
We have to.
And I have to place first?
You have to place first.
Okay, here we go. We're going to go with a page.
Okay. Wheel of Fortune. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Page of Cups.
Yes!
You matched with Charlie.
And I get double hearts.
You get double hearts. Congratulations.
I have to write that down really fast to have it immortalized. Here we go.
2 hearts with Charlie.
The lovers 2.
So we've already seen Charlie once. She now has 2 heart levels, which means we get to do the little narrative exchange twice. So you start, user. You start, Laura.
All right. I think that Laura is going to try and play this just casual, right? She's going to, Charlie's standing at the bar, ordering a drink. She's not going to sit here. She has places to be. She's going to meander. She's going to wander, right? And so Laura comes up, stands next to her, looks up at looks at a menu for a second, and then with a lot of confidence orders the drink that Carolise taught her off menu. And then she'll look over at Charlie and she'll be like, "Oh, have you tried this? I'd be happy to order you one too if you haven't."
Are you passing?
Yeah, pass.
Okay. She turns and looks at you a little surprised at, just a new person addressing her. Oh, yeah, it wasn't my favorite. Do you like it? She kind of smirks a little, like, judgmentally, as if that's kind of a silly drink to order. I mean, it's cool if you like it, but, like, I think there's better. That's all. I could order you something if you want.
You think there's better than this? Because I thought it was pretty great. And now I'm wondering if maybe you just have bad taste. I think you better put your drink where your mouth is.
She smiles at the challenge and orders 2 of another kind of drink that you've never heard of. We'll say it is a language you understand. It's in English, but we'll call it a sparkling.
Are we trying to name the drink?
Yeah.
All right. I'm looking at pretentious drink names.
It's got to be made up though. It's like, it does sound pretentious, but it's nothing you've ever heard of.
All right. I'm making up words now. The Vinaldi.
We'll call it the sparkling Vinaldi. How's that?
Sparkling Vinaldi. Yes.
Yeah, we'll call it that. Who's Vinaldi? Who knows? Laura certainly doesn't, but
Laura does not know who
orders
Vinaldi
2
is.
sparkling Vinaldis.
Mm-hmm.
And the kind of faceless, masked bartender serves them up. And you see under Charlie's drink a small note slipped underneath, like a napkin almost, but she picks it up quickly and then tucks it away. I'm passing it back to you.
My drink came with one of those.
Oh, it's not a big deal. It's just like yeah, I don't know. If you stick around here long enough, you'll see.
Laura studies her for a second, and as the light shifts, she sees that subtle sheen in Charlie's eyes. She looks surprised and then leans in a little bit closer. You are remarkably captivating. I'm sorry, that was really forward. I don't know why I said that.
You're like serious?
Yeah,
You're like serious right now.
Embarrassingly so. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I feel super dumb now. Can I like make it up to you by buying you another one of these ridiculously pretty drinks? Pass.
She seems like she doesn't even quite know what to say. Like she's not used to someone being kind of almost making a fool of themselves in their, you know, like how much they think of her or how highly they think of her, I guess. Mm-hmm. And she seems to lower her sort of cool girl vibe just a smidge. And she kind of leans back over to you and she's like, honestly, this is just the most expensive drink on the menu. I don't even like it that much. We can have one of those. And she nods back to the first drink that you proposed.
Oh my god, you're kind of a bitch, aren't you?
Listen, a girl has to have her guard up around here, okay?
You know what? I get it. And I have to say, those tattoos are intense. How did you sit for that? I'm terrified to get one. So don't worry, your guard is like up. You're badass in all the ways that matter.
She laughs along with you, and you guys, I guess, let's see.
I think I passed twice.
Yeah, okay. So I'll wrap it up here. You guys, you know, pass the time talking and laughing together, and then kind of in the middle of the conversation, she pulls the note out of her pocket, almost like the way you would like a vibrating phone. And she kind of glances down at it, and then you see it smoking just a little, and she looks at you and sorry, I gotta go. And she disappears into the crowd.
Oh, bye.
And the lovers does not go into the radar. It goes.
It doesn't go in the radar?
It never goes in the radar.
Come back!
Come back, Charlie, please.
Charlie!
It goes into the discard pile.
Okay.
Sorry, lovers. Sorry, Charlie.
Bye,
Maybe
Charlie.
you'll see her again.
At least I got 2 hearts on her.
You did. That's impressive.
Pages go into discard?
Pages go away. We got the Chariot and the Empress. Apparently, I think I maybe misread a rule somewhere, but I think you can only attempt 2 matches per round.
That's fine.
One or the other.
I already failed on the Empress. I'm not really looking to hurt my own feelings a second time with her, so we're gonna go Chariot.
All right.
Chariot's kind of a strong card.
Yeah. Here's what's coming for the Chariot. We've got a page of wands.
I cannot match it, but I do win the mismatch.
Well, unfortunately for you, the Wheel of Fortune is in play, which means you lose the mismatch here.
What happens? I've never lost a mismatch before.
I remove this card from the game. Your King of Swords.
Oh, snap. Okay, that's fine. I'm not crying. You're crying.
It's fine. It's fine.
Do we get to, like, know what's up with him first, or is it just, like, or her, whoever it is?
So, the devil has won. The user decreased the denizen's heart level by 1. It's already 0. Discard the denizen card face up in the discard pile next to the denizen deck. So, no, we aren't playing first impressions or anything like that, so you don't even really see this denizen.
I spill my sparkling Vinaldi on him.
No! And Then there is the removal of the challenge card. So Chariot's going away.
Okay,
Page is
and that
going
was my
away,
2 attempts.
and King is leaving the game, and Empress is going away. All right. We rotate the cards in the radar. The Hermit and the High Priestess, my friend, are getting mighty close.
They really are. I don't know what that means, though.
Well, we will see. And the Emperor. Good old Carson. He's going to rotate one more around.
Oof, leather daddy.
All right. It is time for a new event as well.
Does the Wheel of Fortune have an end event?
That is what we will see right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Wheel of Fortune parting effect. Fortune in your favor. This event has no parting effect. So, no, it just goes away. Goodbye. New event. Strength.
Oh, okay.
Here's what it means. Unstoppable confidence runs through the user's bones. Do you feel it, Laura? Do you feel the unstoppable confidence?
Oh my goodness, the confidence. It's roiling through me. I just spent so much time with Charlie, and I'm ready for anything at this point.
All right.
What's the effect?
The in-play effect. Confidently bluff through terrible situations. Any mismatch won by the user will behave as a match.
Yes!
This is your round.
Incredible.
All right.
Give me good cards.
So I'll deal you cards, and then you need to tell me if anybody's coming back from the radar.
I think we're leaving them where they are. I like having a radar full of people who like me. Because I'm here. I'm not here after true love. I'm here to forget everything.
Yeah, that's true. So you're gonna leave them in the radar. Yes.
Everyone's in the radar. I want to get me a taste of strange, Dory. I hate that I said that so much. Okay. I regret. Cut that from the video.
We've got the Hanged Man again. We've got the Hierophant, and
oh my goodness, we have the opportunity for Charlie.
And the Chariot. Sorry.
Okay,
no Charlie. Okay. Who's it gonna be first?
I think we're gonna do the Hanged Man because it's hilarious that he's come up like this is the 3rd time. He's desperately trying to catch my attention.
Please. Grab from the challenge deck. Here's the Hanged Man. Page of Wands is what you need to match.
A page?
A page.
A page, you say?
That is what I say.
We got a page.
We got a page.
We have a page.
Okay. The Hanged Man, here he is. Or they, or it, or she. We don't know. Let's see what the Hanged Man says. Here's what the Hanged Man means in the tarot. Martyrdom, release, and sacrifice. Archetypes for this character could be the Revel, not the Rebel, mind you, the Revel, the Free, the Sacrificer, the Headless Torso. I'm not really sure what to make of that last one, but it's interesting.
We're not doing that.
Oh, come on.
I've seen the Headless Torso wandering around over and over, like, and finally what? I approach, what's up with you?
Why are you here?
What is going on? Are you a prop?
Are you part of this place? What's going on?
Are there wires? I'm like dashing my hand over it.
Okay, so we are going to play First Impressions with the Hanged Man here. All right, physical trait of this new character. You said you want to taste the weird here. So,
this is somebody who would definitely get Laura to do drugs.
Oh, okay, here you go. They have wings.
What kind of wings?
Shimmery, fey-looking wings, we'll say. They're kind of the shimmery, almost translucent kind that seem to flicker in and out of existence. And I'll say the unsettling truth that hides just beneath the surface of the denizens' performance is they have a satchel that they're always wearing. You've never seen them without it. And they don't ever seem to look in it or like dig around in it or retrieve anything from it. But it rattles oddly. when they move, when they jostle it.
Okay. So I have to, that's the unsettling truth?
Yep, that's the unsettling truth. I'll say Laura does pick up on it.
Okay. So this denizen's name is Fëanor.
That's straight out of a romantasy novel, my friend.
Thank you. Fëanor. Fëanor, what on the surface attracts the user to them? Fëanor is always smiling and just seems to be having a good time no matter what, like they're all wrapped up in their own little world. Fëanor has curly hair really close to their head, just a shocking color of red. Broad smile, like a little bit cut in a mesh shirt and low slung pants.
Nice.
Yeah. And just seems to be having like a good time, just breezes around the room. And finally, Fëanor is close and she has worked up her nerve to say hello.
All right. We can just roll right into the increase in heart level. Fëanor has a heart, by the way. For the Hanged Man. Heart for the Hanged Man. You start.
All right, a little bit tipsy at this point. Laura stumbles a little bit while walking past Fëanor and catches onto their arm to steady herself. Oh, I am so sorry about that. And her hand kind of like lingers on a muscly arm. Maybe I'm actually not. Hi.
I'm gonna add anything more.
She gives just like a really bright smile up at Fëanor, and it just seems like really warm towards them.
All right. Fëanor kind of jostled with the fall. They laugh. It's all right. I'm just having a good time like you. You look like you're having a really good time.
Having like the best time, and only thing that could make that better is a drink together.
Hey, right on. Let's make it happen.
Let's do it.
They
What's your favorite? What's your favorite? You have to tell me because everyone's been telling me except for people who don't really seem to talk very much.
all these people are too stiff in here. I like the first one who's like actually fun. We've got to bring some life into this place, you know?
I'm the person to help you with that.
Well, I'm glad you fell into me. Let's maybe try to keep the falling to a minimum, though, or leave it for the dance floor at least.
Do you have wings? Sorry, can I ask that? I keep seeing wings.
You can absolutely ask that. And they, like, let their wings show fully and kind of, like, bring them out, and they kind of glitter in the dim lighting.
Are you the prettiest person here? Because I think I'm jealous.
They laugh. They say, just wait till you see these on the dance floor.
Let's go.
All right, and they lead you out, and the wings are like they kind of reflect and refract the light, the lights, you know, that are like shining around.
Mhm.
So it's almost like a disco ball on their back.
Love
with
it.
the wings as they are dancing around, and you guys have a good time. But sort of accenting every step of your crazed dance is the rattling of that bag that they just never take off.
If we bring Fëanor out again, we are definitely asking about the bag.
Well, we'll see if Fëanor makes it to the lounge again. All right.
Radar.
Pages go away. Fëanor, the Hanged Man, goes into the radar. And we have two more denizens out here.
Let's definitely try and match with the chariot.
The chariot. All right. Here's the challenge deck. Another page. You got another page in your hand?
But I do have a king, and I believe that if I win the mismatch, then it's treated as a success because of strength. Because I'm feeling confident.
Yes, any mismatch won by the user will behave as a match. You are so confident right now. Okay, yes,
Okay.
you win that mismatch, which means you match with the chariot.
Tell me about the chariot.
Congratulations. You get a heart with the chariot. Don't forget that. Chariot.
I'm so good at this game.
You're so good. Control, willpower, direction is the tarot meaning. Character archetypes are the authority, the headstrong, the director. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to say that this denizen has manacles, like really like blocky metal like bracelets that kind of have manacle vibes. Unclear if that's exactly what they are, but these like metal cuffs essentially that are on their arms. Bracers maybe. It's like a little strange. And they occasionally catch the light in the dim lounge as they move about. And the unsettling truth, these cuffs that they wear, if you look closely enough, which Laura doesn't really, you can see that they appear to be almost like seared into their flesh. These are not bracelets. What? These are like
somebody who's escaped hell. Okay.
All right. That's what I've got.
Okay. And this is authority, strength,
director. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm naming this person.
You are naming this person.
I'm going to go with the name Davin.
Wow. That's a strong name.
I was going for a strong name.
It's good.
Davin's shirt is tight on a well-muscled body.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, 100%. He doesn't necessarily look like he's enjoying himself. And I think that he's got a group of people with him, almost like they're friends, but he's obviously the leader of the group. Kind of like the strong, coldish, silent type that maybe Laura hopes there's like, ooh, maybe that's something I could warm up about him. I could be the one that thaws his ice.
Him. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I think the fact that this was a mismatch that ends up working out is that she was dancing with Fanir and she literally trips and falls into his lap. She didn't keep Fanir's promise to stop tripping to a minimum. And so she tumbles. Her arms like go around his one arm goes around his shoulder, the other hand presses against his chest, and she looks up. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. Did I spill anything on you?
No. Okay. Here. And he sets you back upright.
Oh, my goodness. So strong. So what, are you just gonna be like grumpy over here all night, or?
Not grumpy.
You're not grumpy. Oh. We're just serious.
I'm not tripping all over myself. I didn't know. At least.
Have you never heard of having a good time?
I have my own kind of fun.
Do tell. I shall judge for myself whether it is fun or not.
I don't think you are cut out for that kind of fun.
Rude. First off, I can handle anything you throw at me.
He kind of looks back at his little entourage that he's got, like, doubtfully, but amused.
Don't give him that look. I can. Try me. Anything. Pass.
Anything? You gotta be careful with words like that in a place like this.
Try me.
All right. You follow me for today.
What do you mean by that?
Well, first of all, we need to get you something better than this. And he takes the, what are you drinking now? Sparkling Vinaldi? Whatever Carly's ordered
was
you.
drinking.
Okay. You just like go from drink to drink. That's how you mirror people.
Yeah.
First of all, we've got to get you something better than this. And he orders, he feels like someone who drinks like scotch or something. Maybe like whiskey. I think he's a whiskey drinker.
Okay.
And he orders you whiskey.
Yes, sir. And she gives him like flirty eyes. She's trying to test out if he likes the sir business.
He seems pleased by that and still a little amused by you. Then he says, all right, now tell me about yourself. Don't leave anything out. And
Nothing.
he proceeds to listen to whatever Laura decides to tell him. Occasionally throughout the conversation, he like winces just a little. It's not very clear because he's a strong silent type. Like we said, he's not, he's keeping a good listening face, but he just barely winces and kind of grabs the metal bracers that are at his wrists as the conversation continues into the night or day. What time is it? Laura can't tell.
I don't know time.
I don't know time. I don't know how long I've been here.
Time is not for me.
And that is Davin. All right. Chariot goes into the radar. Our radar is getting a little crowded there, Em.
Oh, my bad.
Hierophant goes away.
Here is my queen. I had one of each this time. I was pretty confident I could make 2 matches.
Ready for everything. Yeah.
I was.
That's awesome. Okay. Next round. We rotate these all the way around. Milo.
Is that an endgame trigger?
Milo and Carlise, yes, some of our very first matches have rotated all the way around. So let's go ahead and read what that does, shall we? If any denizen returns to its original position, as when it first entered the radar, essentially the user has not brought this denizen back into the lounge after 3 consecutive rounds, that denizen loses 2 heart levels and is discarded face up in the discard pile next to the denizen deck.
Shit!
So High Priestess and Milo, I don't know why I called one the card name and one the character name, but they both go in the discard pile and lose their hearts. Sorry. Guess you shouldn't have neglected them for so long.
I guess not. I thought maybe I was gonna like win something.
Laura was too busy having fun with everyone else.
That's fair. Man, okay, I need to remove some people. All right, so it was.
Let's see the event really quick.
Sure.
So we've got strength.
Nobody loses hearts.
The parting effect. The user has come off too strong. Choose one denizen and lower their heart level by 1 and put them in the denizen discard pile immediately. I do that. I'm gonna pick Davin.
No!
You came off too strong. You were trying too hard.
I sat in his lap.
That was a no-go. So
he's like, you know what?
Go ahead.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I lost 3 in 1 turn.
Yeah, and actually now we get to play something we haven't played yet, which is decrease in heart level. Because we've been losing these mismatches, but they haven't had hearts to decrease. So now we get to play this out.
No!
So when a decrease in heart level occurs, a strain in the relationship is becoming evident. Explore together how this conflict takes shape. The user will explain what they think has the denizen upset and answer one of the questions. And the devil will reveal what's really on the denizen's mind and answer the other. So here are the 2 questions so you can think about it. Is the conflict overt and loud or covert and passive-aggressive? What was the conflict's peak moment of tension? Or what changes within the user as a result of this tension? Okay, so first, you need to explain what you think has the denizen upset. So let's go ahead and start with, do you want to start with Carlise or Milo?
I have to do all of them?
Yeah, okay. Man. You just lost 3.
So with Carlise, I think Davin was she had an eye on Davin.
Ooh.
And it was a little explosive. She went to sit on Davin's lap, maybe was even perched on his knee, and she came over and threw a drink in Laura's face.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty clear.
Yeah.
All right, answer. Oh, so you did answer the question. It was overt and loud. So now I reveal what's really on the denizen's mind and answer the other question. What's really on Carlise's mind? I think that actually Carlise is mad that Laura kind of graduated from her. Like, Laura approached her as like,
Yeah.
please guide me through this place. And then she feels like Laura just kind of tossed her aside the moment she had things figured out. And
Laura did. That's fair.
She's not happy about that. She thinks that Laura is a fake friend, and she hates that. So
That's fair.
And what changes within the user as a result of this tension? I'm gonna bring it all the way back. Laura remembers her last fight with Jessica. And is kind of like in that moment a little sobered up. Like, something about this argument feels reminiscent and kind of brings Laura back, almost back out of the lounge for a moment mentally. You know, and she's suddenly back to kind of her old self. Rather than this like mysterious, suave, cool party girl that she's been able to be in the lounge.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, for Milo.
Can we actually do Fanir first?
Fanir didn't lose a heart. Fanir's still in the radar.
What a good boy. What a good boy.
It was Davin and Milo.
It was Davin.
But if you want to do Davin first, we can.
No. We can do Milo. I can do the same thing that I had for Fanir and mine with Milo.
Okay.
So I think maybe Milo saw that explosive thing. And
are these all going to be like a chain reaction?
Yeah. I think they're going to be a chain reaction. They all happen at once. They have to be related.
That's great.
He came over to be like, "Are you okay? Like, that was a lot." And she snapped at him. She's like, "Just back the fuck off, Milo. Okay? I just need a minute." She snapped at him and hurt his artist heart. So that's what she thinks happened.
Yeah, you think that he was hurt, basically.
Maybe she'll even say something super mean, like, "Just go back to your notebook already."
And I'm
super mean.
I'm guessing you're continuing to answer that it was covert and loud. Overt and loud.
It was overt and loud. It was.
What was the conflict's peak moment of tension? You snapping at him like that?
Yeah, it was not even so much the snapping, because he even persisted a little bit. It was like when she told him to go back to his notebook.
Yeah. Ouch. Okay. I think the voice told him he's not good enough for you. And
that's so sad.
So you saw him crumble at your words, but it was really another voice in his mind, just piercing right through, and he kind of looked off to the side before finally turning and retreating back to his notebook as instructed.
Okay.
And what changes within the user as a result of this tension? I think Laura grows more callous. Like, loses a little bit of sensitivity.
Okay.
By rejecting Milo.
Yep, that's
that
fair.
Way. She kind of justifies it in herself, you know, like, I don't have time. Like, he was a loser anyway, you know, whatever. Not worth my time. Almost the opposite side of that voice. Agreeing with it unknowingly. All right, and finally, Davin. What do you think has upset Davin?
I think he didn't like that. He's a cool, strong, silent type, and there's a lot of drama literally dropped on his lap.
A lot of drama.
Yeah, I think that was actually quieter. I think he stood up and she said, "Wait, no, you don't have to go. I'm sorry. You don't have to leave." And he just kind of like, "Yeah, I do." and his whole entourage stood up and they just walked away.
Nice. Okay. I like that. He's a gentleman. You know, he didn't make a big scene, but was removing himself from the situation for sure.
He didn't need to be part of that.
Yeah. I think what's really on his mind is that he thinks you're silly, like not serious. He thinks you are not a serious person.
If only he knew me outside of the lounge.
If he only knew the real me.
Not this Jessica wannabe.
Not this shadow of Jessica. What changes within the user? What could change from Davin?
Does she get a little bit more desperate? She's like calloused and desperate.
I like that. Yeah. This was so explosive. You just like got 3. You lost 3. Like boom, boom, boom. And all because of this departing event, like you came off too strong. Like you were trying too hard. Yeah. But that also kind of makes you feel like you have to try even harder. So yeah, I love that. Laura's growing more desperate. Okay. Wow. What
reduce so many numbers to 0.
That's how this game goes sometimes.
It's painful. I thought I was winning. I thought I was doing a good job.
And we have a new event in play.
Oh my gosh.
Justice. All right. What is justice all about? Let's check it out. A vindictive energy is in the air. The wronged bring down the gavel is the in-play effect. All heart level decreases are doubled.
Tori. Okay.
That might not... Well, it could be a problem if you run into Charlie.
It really could be.
Hearts with her.
And I have to bring the Emperor back this time or else I'm going to lose him.
True. Yeah.
My goodness.
I guess, well, not necessarily. You have one more round that you could leave him in the radar. But yes, it is now time for me to deal you cards. And then you will decide who, if anyone, you want to bring back into the lounge from the radar.
Let's bring in the Emperor.
Get back in here.
Get back in here.
That was Carson. Oh, he's fun. He's fun.
Sexy.
Yeah, we like
Leather
Carson.
Daddy has returned.
What are you gonna do with Fanir? Leaving them?
I'm gonna leave Fanir in there. We've got a couple rounds of him still liking me, so we're gonna protect that.
Okay. All right. New denizens. The Empress. The Empress is back.
She's back again.
She's back again. And the lovers! Oh,
yes!
No. Well, could be good, could be bad.
No! Shit! Tori, do you just hate me?
I'm the devil! What do you want from me?
Do you still have cards draw or are you shuffling?
Let me see. I think
you have the devil.
Have cards.
I think you just have the devil.
Well, we'll find out, shall we? So you have to try and match with the lovers first. And you do so blindly. So go ahead and lay down whatever card you feel good about.
I don't feel good about anything. Everything is bad. King. King seems like a strong choice.
All right, King.
I think that actually was the last king. And I think it's the devil. And I think I'm going to lose right here.
It's the King of Pentacles. You are so lucky. You are so lucky. Okay. Wow. Unbelievable. You got a successful match with the lovers, with Charlie. So we play the increase in heart level. Now she's up to what, 3?
3.
3 heart levels. Okay, Charlie. I love that your objective is to like branch out, but then you sort of have this side quest of Charlie.
Of Charlie.
Like, well, but there is Charlie.
If anyone was to settle my heart, it would be Charlie.
Yes, of course. All right, you start. Quick 3 pass with Charlie. What's your next encounter with Charlie look like?
I think Charlie sees Laura in the bathroom, dabbing at her eyes, trying not to mess up her makeup.
She goes to you and kind of puts a hand on your shoulder and leans down toward you. Hey, are you okay? What's going
I'm
on?
sorry. It's just been kind of a weird night. Honestly, I don't know why I'm here. I don't even think I'm supposed to be here, honestly.
Just take a breath. It's okay.
Why are you being so nice to me?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's dumb. I just think you're kind of different from other people in here. Like I don't know, like, yeah, almost like we were supposed to run into each other or something. Is that stupid? Is that weird? Now I'm saying the weird, like, way too forward thing. So you've spread your disease to me.
Oh no, not the disease! And she goes in and gets wraps her arms around her waist and gives her like a big squishy hug. Watch out! I'm gonna get my cooties all over you.
She returns the hug and her hair is just like spilling all over you and it smells amazing. Floral, beautiful, heavenly.
How do you even smell this good? That's not fair. You're like not of this world. I swear to God.
Let's not get into that right now. Just tell me who upset you and I'll go beat the shit out of them.
I think I did it to myself, honestly. I don't know what I'm doing. I just like to come in here and just cut loose and just have a good time for just one night. And God, I feel like I've just lost something. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
I think I get it. Sometimes I feel that way too. You're still you, you know? You still have that. You're still weird and dorky and charming and cute. And that's not... Don't let...
Wow, you're good at this. You're really good at this.
What? Pep talks? I've been practicing.
Yeah. You should do a TED Talk, honestly, on it. It's inspiring to watch. Thank you. Weirdly, I do actually feel a little better.
Well, good. She reaches a hand and cups your cheek and, you know, brushes one of the tears away and leans in and kisses you on the cheek. And then, again, she kind of flinches and pulls a little piece of paper from her pocket, glances down at it, and... Sorry, I gotta go, but don't let this place change you. And she kind of looks at you for a moment longer and gives your hand a squeeze and then brushes out of the bathroom.
That is just one hell of a text. Hey, she's gonna fix her makeup, straighten her dress, lift up her boobs and her bra, and head out back onto the floor.
All right, we're feeling good. Charlie's with us. Charlie's likes
with
us.
Okay,
all right,
we're gonna try.
You're gonna try and match with who? The Emperor?
We gotta get Devin back in our corner. Not Devin. Carson.
Carson, that's right.
Carson's got to get back in our corner.
Queen of Swords for Carson.
Luckily for me, I have the Queen of Cups.
Look at you, just matching left and right.
Where
Nobody's
did it go?
losing hearts this time.
It's not showing.
Oh, it's showing for me.
Okay, good. That's all that matters, I guess, except for the people who are trying to watch my side of the screen.
It's there, everyone, I promise. It's there. The Queen of Cups.
What's happening?
It's devil magic. All right.
That's fine.
So this is 2 hearts for Carson now?
It is 2 hearts for Carson now.
All right. So you pick it up from, I guess, wherever you want to pick it up from. Do you just brush out of this immediately after?
Yeah, I think that she steps out into like that narrow hallway where all the bathrooms are, and she literally like bumps up into him. She doesn't see Charlie anywhere, and they just have immediate chemistry. She looks up at him with just like hooded eyes, and I think she's gonna go in for a kiss. Like, no questions.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is that your pass?
Yeah, that's my pass.
Okay.
She's gonna attempt it.
He's going to pull away and put his finger on your lips, kind of push you back down, and he still wordlessly grabs your hand and leads you down the other way, not back toward the bar or the dance floor, but like the other way down the hallway. And you realize as you're walking this way that you didn't even notice that the hallway went this way. Maybe it didn't, but now it does. Anyway, he leads you down the hallway. I'll pass it back to you.
There's a moment when she like thinks about asking where they're going, but that would just ruin the silent tension that they have. So instead, she's going to interlace her fingers with his and give his hand a little rub with her thumb and just try and keep that building tension between them. And she just gets like super docile, like follows his lead, kind of plays into his like power thing.
Mm-hmm. You, being this close to him again, you remember his scent. It's like that like musk, but mixed with the leather of his clothing. And it's just all, feels like it's going straight to your head. You're almost spinning and a little dizzy by the time you reach a single door at the end of the hall. It's black, and it has one of those masks that the servers wear, just sort of engraved on the door, and he leads you inside. It's pitch black. You can't see a thing. And then he just absolutely ravages you. And we fade to black.
Yes!
It's like, all I wanted.
That's all we wanted! Get back in the radar!
Get back in the radar. I will add, as you leave after that encounter, you feel that this weird feeling that you like forgot something. The nagging feeling when you've left something at home, or you like, you know, are walking out the door and you forgot something. You have that feeling as you are leaving now on your own and you find yourself wandering back down the hall.
It's her virginity. No, I'm just
But yeah, you can't quite place it, and after a few moments it slips from your mind. Probably wasn't that important anyway.
Probably not. That was probably not a big deal.
All right, Carson, good for you, buddy.
All right, here's my remaining card. That was 2.
All right, Empress, we're never gonna know who you are.
We will never. We don't want you. We have
don't want
Charlie,
you.
and that's all we care about.
Okay,
Maybe.
here we go.
Any justice and events?
Oh, good question. Let's scroll to justice. Parting effect. Patience runs thin. All denizens in the radar will have their clock increased by 1 extra count.
I didn't like that.
Now, new event. Let's pull it in real quick.
Be a good
The
event.
tower.
Oh, that's not good. That's not gonna be good. That's
In-play effect.
cataclysmic.
Tension in the air. Matches do not result in an increase in heart level. Woof.
Gotta be effing kidding me. Can they still go on the radar? No, but I need
Yes.
people to have one.
Yeah.
Tori, redraw! I'm only doing one more round.
Them's the breaks, man.
That sucks. Okay.
Instability takes reign. A great upheaval is on the horizon. Yeah, tension in the air. Okay. So now we get our denizens.
I swear to God, if you pull the lovers, I'm gonna cry.
Chances are not terrible for the lovers to come out.
Tori, don't do it.
All right, we've got the hermit, the hierophant, the high priestess. We've done all the things. Now it's up to you to tell me who you want to try to match with, if anyone. Well, not if anyone. Do you want to try to match with?
Hold up. I need to look at my win condition here.
It's not looking great for you.
I literally, this was like the one card, the tower's like the one card I could have gotten, I feel like, to where I won't win this turn.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
That's
okay if you
sad.
lose. There's an ending written for every outcome. So
I don't want to lose. But we're gonna lose.
we're
We're gonna
playing
lose.
the devil's
it's late.
game.
We've
Mhm.
reached the end of our recording here, so we gotta do it. We're gonna apologize to Milo. Let's go talk to Milo.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So from the challenge deck, we got the King of Wands.
I'm going King of Cups.
Okie dokie. So we have matched. There's no increase in heart level, which also means we don't actually play anything out. I mean, as far as the scene,
Okay.
because there's no increase.
Okay, that's
So
fine.
Milo is going to go back on your radar. I think this I like the idea that like maybe this is Laura sort of internally deciding like I've got to make it up to Milo.
I think what she does is that she has just like a little notebook in her purse that just had a few notes in it. And so she tears out the pages, but it was a pretty notebook. And she had one of the people there take it over to him. One of the people in the masks.
Oh.
With just "I'm sorry" written in the cover.
Okay. As the server heads over with the notebook, you see them slip just another piece of paper into the notebook before they hand it to Milo.
Okay.
All right, he's back in the radar.
Take
Safe
these,
fish for now.
kings.
Kings, get out of here.
I'm so upset about the tower. Damn you, tower.
All right, who's next?
Is High Priestess is that Carolise?
That is Carolise.
We're gonna put the devil on that bench.
Wow, she's been nothing but nice to you.
She threw a drink in my face
I love
and
how
got
you didn't
super
even
pissed.
you didn't even wait for my challenge card. You're just like the devil. Here it comes.
The devil.
Bam. Okay, you've triggered the end of the game. For you guys at home, there are multiple ways to trigger the end of the game, but this is one of them. So, the devil card is played. When the devil card has been played in a match, disaster occurs. The devil has dug their nasty little fingers into the situation at hand, and everyone loses.
Everyone loses? I made everyone lose?
Nobody liked that.
Tell me more.
The purpose of this scene is to create strife. The denizen in question will be lost by the end of the scene. This is not what was promised to the user. She has no hearts with you currently because you already pissed her off. So I'm going to start by revealing the core issue that splits the user from this denizen. I think I'm going to continue pulling at this fake friend tension.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Laura approaches Carolise. You see that she's reading one of these little notes. And her eyes are kind of red and like teary. And her teeth look pointed now as she's like gritting them as she's reading whatever's on this note. As you approach, she like crushes the paper in her hand and slams it onto the table. You!
Aww. Did you get bad news?
She has no heart levels, so I don't know exactly how we pass or don't pass, but I think I'll just kind of pass once.
Did you get bad news? You mad?
You absolute bitch. You trash. You whore. She just stands up and like marches over to you. She gets right up in your face, but just seems at a loss for words. She's just fuming.
Yeah, I maybe would have cared about that when I walked in here, but I just really find myself not giving a fuck.
She looks just livid, but then you also see something inside her, almost a little feral. She like snarls at you and grits her teeth again. They're just gleaming now and sharp. And
Girl, you need to see a dentist. That does not look right.
finally she just turns away from you in a huff and stalks out, never to be seen again.
Did anybody see that? That was bonkers, right? That was not chill. What the hell was that?
And you've triggered the end of the game with that card. So
Oh no. Okay.
let's play that out. So the question, you ready for this question that's at the head of this little section? How far have you sunk? That's the header. It is time for the devil to reveal the secret tally of how many times the user has engaged with the lounge. And that is at a rough tally of 11. I may have missed, give or take a couple, because I wasn't perfect. I gave you a tally. This is my first game as the devil. So that lands you in the if greater than 7 but less than 18. Play out the mark. So here's what the mark says. The user has had enough. They are sick of this rotten deal, or perhaps have simply had their fill. But the devil catches wind and will not let them off so easily. The devil's teeth had yet to truly sink into the user's flesh, but a mark has surely remained. The user will return to the lounge. Such is their fate. So you, the user, declare what motivates your desire to leave.
She didn't forget about her problems. Like, she did for maybe a little bit, but Charlie told her to be herself. And this person flitting around in here, that's not really her. She enjoyed it. She enjoyed it a lot. It's probably going to haunt her dreams. But
Cool.
this isn't it. This isn't what she actually wants. Maybe if life gets harder, maybe if she can't bear it anymore, she will return for another night of debauchery and fun. But she's ready for her own bed.
Okay. Now I, as the devil, declare what pull the devil has over the user. The pull that I have over the user, that the devil has over the user, is that siren song of the alter ego, the sort of second identity that starts in some ways feeling like an other, a separate person almost, inhabiting the same body, sort of battling for attention and time. And the devil's pull just continually brings that person to the surface from time to time, never to be ever fully forgotten or buried. All right, now you choose an answer question. You can answer, what is this mark? This mark that Laura bears. How will the user never be the same? Or, how often does the user return to the lounge?
I want to answer, how often does the user return to the lounge?
Okay.
I think she returns to the lounge on every solstice.
Oh wow, that's very witchy and cool.
It's like that alterness gets really strong.
I like that a lot. And then I answer the final question. The final question of this game, I guess. What is this mark, and how will the user never be the same? A tally starts to appear on her arm, almost like a tattoo, every time she returns to the lounge.
Yes.
She left with a single mark. She didn't really know what it meant or how it came to be, but each time she returns, she bears another tally on her arm. And she realizes that she has more and more trouble remembering the time between visits. She does know on some level that she leaves. You know, she doesn't want to be part of this, but she feels that second identity, that other Laura, pulling her back and consuming more and more of her mind until perhaps eventually she may come to feel as if she never leaves the lounge. The end.
The end! What a good game!
Yay, we did it!
We did the whole freaking thing. Oh my goodness, Tori, you did a great job.
Thank you, you did too. That's the Devil's Lounge, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I certainly did. That was really fun.
check it out on Kickstarter if you thought this was cool. Play with your friends. Flirt with each other.
Yeah, if you need an excuse to flirt with your friends outside of your regular D&D or Pathfinder sessions, then just, come pick up this game and make them play it with you. It was fun. I liked the tarot mechanic too. It was cool how the cards kind of inspired the different characters, and answering questions and stuff like that is always fun. So.
Agreed.
All right. Well, with that, I think we will leave it here. So everyone go back this Kickstarter. It'll be linked in our description and show notes, and it'll be live by the time you're watching this, but just in time for Valentine's Day. So go grab it and have your own toxic, unhealthy relationships. But until then, go take a long rest, drink plenty of sparkling Vinaldi, and we'll catch you next time. Bye!